Select Board meeting of the Northfield Select Board. Call the meeting to order. We're going to start out with executive session to conduct strategic sessions in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel, or to conduct collective bargaining sessions or contract negotiations with non-union personnel, both the police chief contract and town administrator contract. So we'll go to executive session now to reconvene about 6:15 in here with open session.
So moved.
Second. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
B.I.
Bernie, aye.
Keith, yes.
David, yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back. Okay, welcome back. We're back from executive session. Going to open session. We'll start with
Police chief?
our vote in open session on the police chief contract.
I move that we approve the police chief contract as written.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Okay. So 4 ayes and an abstain.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Town administrator contract, I move that we approve the town administrator contract as written.
Second.
okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Okay. 4 ayes, 1 nay.
Okay.
Okay. Do we want to sign that contract?
Yep.
Or also you have to
Here it
authorize
is, right
me to
here.
sign it.
Oh, is it just you or all of us?
I think it's just me. I think it's just
I think they're both different. I don't know why. I think
Yeah.
one is just him and we went
the
with the
police chief
appointment.
is
All of you. I think.
all of us. And the town administrator one, I think, is just the select board chair.
Okay.
So we'll sign those.
All right.
But we're
But you have to-
standardizing them.
Here you go.
You have to authorize me to sign.
I move that we authorize
The chair.
the chair, Bernie Boudreau, to sign on behalf of the select board, the town administrator contract.
Second.
There you go.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Nay.
Okay. Okay.
Oops.
I'm going to pass that to Andrea.
Yep.
I'll get those too.
Okay. And there's that.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, David. Woo.
Okay, we'll move on. It's early. Great, thank you, sir.
See you, Heath.
Let's move on to Bob Henry, VFW request for special permit.
Bob Henry.
Rag Shag Parade, October 31st from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m.
Yes, sir.
That's a 3-hour parade.
Yeah, that's for everyone to get set up in place.
Yeah.
But we will form up, the actual formal part of the parade will start at the town hall with showtime at 5:30 so that we can step right before it gets dark at 6 o'clock sharp.
Yeah.
And we'll start from the town hall, right up front for those that don't know.
Yeah.
And then we proceed slowly with a fire truck and tail.
Ooh.
And and police all over the place. Thank goodness for them.
Yeah.
And then we go down to Northfield Elementary School,
Yeah.
where we have some of our auxiliary women set up there, and they pre-bag candy. And for those that don't know, we also do, and this is mainly for Northfield, but we support all, but we give a little round, little gold coin, a gold $1 coin, as our token of appreciation and showing the
Nice.
community that we'd like to get involved and teach kids a little bit about money, maybe, whatever they do with it. But yeah, and it's a lot of fun. And this year we will be out in front of the Northfield Elementary School. Sometimes we go inside down to the cafeteria. This year we hope to stay outside so we don't interfere with anybody there.
Yeah.
And then we also have worked on some adequate outdoor lighting for there that's portable. That's something we haven't done in the past. So it's a continuous improvement process. 'Cause I think it was last year, it was really, really dark. So we'll be careful with that. So a lot of kids on Main Street, Thursday the 31st, Halloween night. So be careful if you're driving through town.
Yeah.
Once in a while, right after the parade, God bless the police, because we always get somebody that's just on a tear to get through town on
yeah.
Halloween night. It's
Yeah.
scary and dangerous, and a lot of us forget to wear bright or reflective clothing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the point is to look like a ghoul.
I know, exactly.
Lots of dark
Yeah, I
colors.
know.
Yeah.
Stay off the road then, Steph.
Well, they're really good. They have all the crosswalks manned and too, because I remember
Yep.
going through.
Police do a great job.
Yeah, at the
Yep.
library.
And they're
yeah.
volunteers, they're
Yeah.
auxiliaries, whatever they have, yep. And fire department too, thank you for the fire department, they're always keen participants. And EMS this year,
You got 'em
they
standing
might
there.
be passing out candy too,
Oh,
I don't
that's
know what
right.
they're doing, so
Yeah.
I know they were circulated in the loop, so.
Well, they've already
Yeah.
decorated the outside, so.
That's all I have. Any
It's
questions?
one of the great things about this town.
Yeah, absolutely, Rag Shag Parade,
Halloween.
number one,
Halloween.
Halloween,
So much candy.
yep.
Are you leading the parade? Are you leading the whole group?
Yeah, there'll be three. We get anywhere from 3 of us to 6 of us that show up and actually try to form it up, and then when the fire truck engine is ready to step off, we just kind of round up everybody and said, okay, now we're gonna start. We coincide with the police too and everybody, so yeah,
I'll come down.
it's just a big gaggle. It's a big gaggle right down Main Street.
And the
It
kids
is.
love it. They're like, I'm in the
Yeah,
road.
yeah, it's a blast. All ages, everybody has fun.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll entertain a motion for a special permit for the Rag Shag Parade, October 31st, 2024, from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m.
Permit waived? Permit fee
With the
waived?
fee waived.
Please,
So moved?
Of course.
please.
Yes, of course.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, you're all set.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
Bob.
all. Thanks for all you do.
See you Thursday.
All right.
Oh, it's Josh.
Yeah. Tell him to come up.
Ooh, and Josh kids.
You're early, so.
Yeah, we are early.
You can take them.
Yeah, let's keep moving because I'm
Is the
exhausted.
rec commission gonna be here, or?
Yeah,
Just
Josh
Josh.
just showed up.
Well, he's next if you wanna,
Okay, you ready for me?
Yeah?
yeah.
Okay. I think Stacy's on her way as well.
Oh, okay.
It's all right, we're running early, we wanna keep things moving.
Okay, perfect.
So, basically what you're asking then is Josh Roman, right?
Yep, Josh Roman, up Recreation Commission Chair.
Yep.
Okay, you're looking to change the rec,
Yeah, the job
Direct your
description.
job description, yeah.
Yep, just kind of cleaning up some language and then adding some more of our responsibilities that the current director is performing. So adding those to the job description.
so we're gonna be doing a re-job classification?
Yes, that's why I wanted him to come in and talk to you, because it will reclassify if you change the description.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, so with the added programs that we're offering and the added responsibility, the added staff that she's supervising, it's becoming more of a supervision role as well as a director role and less of a secretary role, which is what the current job description has it as, the director/secretary, and there isn't really much of a secretary role, it's more of a supervision.
So we're gonna, usually the reclassification, we had like the town administrator,
Yep,
somebody from the rec commission, a select board member,
And a member from the Finance Commission,
and another
Committee.
finance committee.
Um,
So does anybody wanna volunteer here on the select board, or I'll do it? If nobody,
I'll do it.
Okay.
will David do it? Okay, David, I motion that we appoint David to the reclassification position for the select board.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I'll send you all the paperwork when we,
Can't wait.
You let Andrea know who you want on the rec commission to do
okay,
it?
yep,
You-
we'll bring it up at our next meeting and we
You can do it?
okay,
I mean, it's up, you know.
yep,
okay, yep, we'll ask if anybody else is available.
If there's any questions, Andrea, of course, will help you with
Okay.
that process. It's very easy. It's well written.
It's
The
fun,
documentation's
actually.
easy. Even I
Yeah.
understand it.
Okay,
So, okay.
That's good. Great work on that too.
Thank you.
I know you guys have added a lot of programs this year,
yes,
including dance and
yep,
a
that's
few
new,
other
that's
very
going really
new
well for
things,
us,
so-
and some new exercise classes that we're offering, and
Yeah.
and our youth sports are going well, we're expanding those as well to like a mountain bike club,
Yeah.
to we're gonna try and offer volleyball this winter season, basketball signups are starting right now, cheerleading is gonna continue, so yeah,
wow.
we're offering
Wow.
quite a bit.
right, it did,
That's so great. Is it up to, it's up to age 12 or?
Yes, for right now, but we are looking to expand some things. We're partnering with the library to do teen night every other month, so that's going well. So we're trying to offer things to all ages as well.
Yeah. Well, I suppose the high school probably has a lot of that covered, but
Yep.
I just wanted to ask because I had asked Stacy the same thing last time.
Yep,
and it did start as a secretary and it has morphed, so we,
the director position.
right, and then now
correct.
she runs,
Well, plus
supervises
the
summer
program,
programs.
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to expand that summer program to hopefully offer it during school vacations.
Right.
So it's more of a vacation program than just a summer program. So like your February vacation, your April vacation, having some kind of program at the school for those that need it.
Alrighty.
Thanks for all you do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Guess we're all set with you then.
Okay, so yeah.
That
we'll-
was painless.
Yep, go with the reclassification and then the updating of the language on the job description will become
Yeah.
from that.
No, you guys can vote, you got some minor changes already, didn't you get the
Yeah.
job?
Yep. I move that did we do a motion on that?
Not yet.
No,
Okay,
the changes.
first things first. First things last. I move that we approve the revised job description for the Recreation Commission Director.
Second. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Yeah,
Okay.
that's the step. Then we do the reclassification, then we go from there.
Just let me know who you guys are gonna send and I'll make sure I include them in
Okay.
the.
And then when does this need to be done by?
Well, as soon as I get a person,
Okay.
I send out to it's mostly done online. There's no big
Okay.
meeting. So
Yeah.
as soon as I have, the Finance Committee appoints someone to this role. So they already have a person.
Okay.
They've just appointed David. I generally participate. So as soon as you
Soon
guys
as we
get
have somebody,
someone,
we can start.
we will start the process.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Yep.
We'll get somebody real quick.
Okie dokie.
Thank you.
See ya.
Call Stacy, let her know we're done.
Okay, well.
Well, that was quick.
Didn't even let them get set.
I know. They were prepared.
Yes.
Are you set?
I am. I'm waiting on him. He
Yeah.
was a 6:45, so he should be here shortly. I
Okay.
apologize.
We may have to do
Okay.
some business until.
Well, let's do some of the other business. Okay, any citizens' concerns? Come on, it's not like you to give up speaking. No, it's all right. Okay, no citizens' concerns? Okay. Review and approval of warrants.
Oh,
The
okay.
10/16/24 payroll warrant of $92,890.32.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay.
I move that we approve the October 16th, 2024 vendor warrant of $183,760.93, which included paving and, speaking of the VFW, their community preservation project over on the VFW.
That building looks
Awesome.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
They did
So
great
that's-
work over there.
Yeah. Kudos
Did
on
they
that.
did they hire a contractor or the town hire a contractor?
No, they did.
They did.
Yeah.
It was just the money.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Okay, I'll second that motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Come, Stacy.
Okay. Review and approval of minutes.
We're all done.
You're good.
You're good.
Yep.
It's done.
We're ahead of schedule.
We're ahead of schedule.
See ya.
Everything's good. What's that? Everything's good. The job description has been, just to let you know. Has been updated, approved, and they'll be doing a reclassification of your position.
Yeah. Great. And the only rep needed is somebody from the RecCom because Select Board Finance are already assigned.
And the town administrator.
Yeah.
So we just need one.
Yeah,
Yep.
Josh knows about it.
Pick a member.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Okay. Review and approval of minutes. A motion, we approve
Oh, yeah.
the 10/1/24 goals and priorities training.
So moved. Oh, was I supposed
Yeah,
to do a
oh,
second?
that
Sorry.
doesn't matter. I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Abstain.
Abstain, okay.
Right. I move that we approve the October 8th, 2024 minutes.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Abstain.
Okay. Interim select board meetings.
Nope.
We had that first. That was, yeah.
Had
Okay.
that first what?
That was the first was the goals and priority one, but that's,
Oh, I see.
Oh,
what
we
you're
already
saying.
did
Got it.
that.
okay. Do we have time to vote recommendations for the
Oh,
November 13th Fall Town Meeting warrant articles,
Let me
information
just find
session, October 23rd, 2024.
okay.
So I gave you a copy that says review copy with notes. So those are the notes that right now I've written up. I generally put some of the notes on the motion warrant. This may not be the final ones, but basically in order for us to do this warrant for maybe a handout tomorrow, Finance Committee last night did their votes, and so
Oh, good.
looking for you guys to do yours, and then we'll
Okay.
add it for people to have at the information session.
Mine only has through 6.
That's right, because 2 warrant articles were changed. The Finance Committee decided we were told by the wastewater treatment, we no longer needed the bill that we thought we had from the previous
125
fiscal year.
bill?
They had some credits, they were able to
Oh.
take that off. And the Finance Committee, due to the postponement of the project for rec because of timing, it won't be done till late spring, decided that they're not going to do a reserve fund transfer and they're not going to ask for the money back in. So the Finance Committee asked to remove those two
Okay.
from the warrant.
Okay.
Oh, so
It's been
fewer.
addressed.
And the
So-
citizens warrant is missing.
The citizens petition?
Yeah.
Because it's on the back, it's the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Article
okay.
6 now, not Article 8.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
6.
got
They
it.
moved up, they all moved up except for the first one.
Got it.
Anybody have any comments on Article 1?
No, that made sense. They need to establish a separate fund to hold fees and fund the programs for, especially the summer, winter, and I think they're also attempting to do vacation from school programming too. So this allows them to take in money, and the other account that's used has a lower limit, and they keep hitting that limit when they get a bunch of registration
Right.
fees. So-
Especially over the fiscal year.
Oh,
Yeah.
So they
and
wanted
they're
to
doing a lot of
Be able to hold.
really good programs.
Yeah.
They really ramped up that rec commission.
So
Right,
they
and
need
they get a
higher
lot of
limit.
their money for the summer program just before the fiscal year ends. And that's supposed to carry them through to pay staff through the summer and do things.
Yeah.
So they were running into the point, if they hit the limit, then the money has to be returned to the general fund. So this is a funding mechanism, there's no town money involved, it's their own fees for them to do those after-school and out-of-time programs without running up against that limit every June 30th.
Okay.
Makes
Yeah.
all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any comments on it? or-
Yeah, just one quick comment. I think where people get confused on these motions is that we're somehow appropriating 35,000 when in fact we're just setting a limit on the fund. That's come up at different town meetings.
Yeah.
It's just simply setting up a fund.
Right, the revenue source is printed, fees
Yeah,
received.
yep.
Is there a pad there, or is that a historic high, or how is that number derived at?
The number's derived at because that's the legal limit.
Okay.
That's as high as they can go by law for that rec fund.
It's a good
that kind
reason.
of rec
Yep.
fund.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes it
Okay.
easy.
I move that we recommend Article 1.
I'll second that. All those in favor of recommending Article 1?
Aye.
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 Okay, 4-0.
Great, just like FinCom. Okay, Article 2 is the library,
Correct.
and that, they had somebody who, or a couple of people, I think, were out sick, and this is
Extended.
where they needed to
Cover.
cover.
Yeah.
Yep,
And they also have some periods of time they didn't have enough money to coverage and they had one person in the building. They're trying to always have two staff.
right.
For safety and reasons, you should always have
Well,
two
and
staff
supervision too, yeah,
in the building.
Yeah.
with all the floors.
Correct.
Okay, I move that we recommend Article 2.
Second. Any other comments? or-
No.
no? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, 4-0 on that one.
Okay, good. Let's see, Article 3. Ooh. This is the one
Oh,
with,
there's your thing, David. It was taken to 78.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's been sitting around for a while.
oh yeah, this is the DCR one. Okay,
Correct. And I did speak with Joanne McGee. She's going to speak to it tomorrow at the
cool.
information session
yay.
Okay, Joanne is.
from
Yeah.
Open Space.
Oh, great.
Okay.
She initiated this.
Long time,
actually.
like a year ago.
But I took it to her after the meeting.
Yeah,
Right,
she's
so-
excited. I talked to her on Friday night.
So-
She was really excited. Okay, I move that we recommend Article 3.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, that's 4-0. No.
Okay, good.
Okay. Article 4.
Ooh, yeah.
That's the buying of the property.
And we have a member from the Emergency Services Building Committee who'll be speaking to this and the task force.
Yeah, a couple of us will be speaking. And we had a building committee meeting yesterday, so they also voted to recommend this
Yes.
enthusiastically and unanimously.
I can add that to the warrant.
To the notes. You got, and so FinCom is fine with the distribution of the funds across the different
Correct.
funds?
Correct. There was a
Okay.
request to leave money in each of the two accounts rather than zero either one of them out.
Okay,
So they could continue to maybe do some small engineering or consultant work.
Gotcha.
Rather
Okay.
than have zero in the building.
okay, got it.
I'm just really running on fumes. I'm sorry.
Okay. So it's important to note that this does not involve any debt. We have different accounts thanks to the Finance Committee's recommendations over the years and the town meeting votes. We have enough money in all of these funds to fund the purchase of the building.
And when is the open house on?
Saturday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Well, the open
info
house
session
is
is tomorrow night. Open house is
Saturday.
Saturday?
Saturday.
Noon to 2.
And the open house is tomorrow at the elementary school cafeteria?
6:30 in the school cafeteria.
Sorry,
Little rock and roll background. Never heard?
forgot.
I think cell phone rings are so interesting. All right,
Well,
I'm making sure
At
mine's
least it
off.
wasn't Karen calling.
So discussion's tomorrow at the elementary school at 6:30,
6:30.
and then the actual physical tour is Saturday at
Yep,
2?
Noon to 2.
Noon to 2.
yep. And we've been working on, I think to the discussion at last meeting, we've been working on a PowerPoint that explains how we got where we got and how the funding works. And brief mention at the end of how the task force works. Barry Bordner is going to be there tomorrow night from the building committee, and I'll be there. Skip is not going to be there because he and a couple other firefighters are checking out a couple of different fire trucks, I think in Pennsylvania and somewhere else on the way back. So they're not going to be in town. But anyway, that's where we're at. So I move that we recommend Article 4.
I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 I'm gonna abstain.
Okay. 3 and 1 abstain.
Okey dokey. Alrighty, and Article 5 is related to Article 4 because the location of the building is physically in the town of Bernardston on, near the town lines also for Gill and Northfield. So we need to ask the legislature to approve this. And our legislative team is already on board with this and already ready to go, assuming approval at town meeting. And the purchase and sale agreement reflects that this is a condition, so.
And the Finance Committee took no action because
not
they
financial?
saw it as not as a money article, not
Okay.
because they didn't support the purchase.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so I move that the select board recommend Article 5.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Aye.
Okay. 3 and 1 abstain. Okay, Article 6, a citizen petition.
I move that we not recommend Article 6.
I'll second that. You know, I'm not in favor of it, but
Well, just-
it's up to the people.
It's up to the people, and one of the conversations that I had on Friday night from somebody who was on the original Town Governance Study Committee. I was on the second one. Both of those Town Governance Study Committees took over a year at different points in time to go through different positions in Town Hall, including the creation of the Town Administrator position. So I think that it's important that we honor that, and if we need to make adjustments in any positions, that we do so in a process that involves information sessions and a fair amount of time presenting research like the town governance study committees did. There was a lot of comparison with other towns. The second thing is, I think it's problematic and not a good look for Northfield to change positions on the town meeting floor. It's the responsibility of the select board, and if people are concerned with what we're doing, then we need to have those conversations, and we need to have that on an agenda and make changes as we need to. But basically, hiring and firing employees based on a petition is not the way to go for Northfield. It sends a message to other folks who might be interested in working for Northfield that their jobs could be on the line. Not just the town administrator position, but other people in town government.
Any other comments? No? Okay.
No?
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to not support this article. All those in favor of not supporting this article? Aye.
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 Abstain.
Okay, 3 and 1 abstain. Okay, we're all set on the warrant. Do we all have to sign this?
You have to vote to sign the actual warrant.
Okay. I move that the select board sign the warrant for the special town meeting November 13th, 2024.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna sign the passage to David.
Actually, don't know if purple ink counts.
I think it's the intent.
But in the military, it was only blue or black. And blue was a little iffy.
There we go. Thank you. Here you go, B.
Oh, you, okay.
And then I can go in here and go over to Andrea.
Yep, I'll give them to,
Okey dokey.
we'll post it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Great.
Go right in here. This is already on the thing to be read. I can go in with that.
Okay, we're done with
That one's
that.
signed. This thing is
You don't need
listed.
that?
You don't need it because it's listed on the announcements.
Okay. All right, you're done with that.
All right, come on up.
Yay.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, if you
evening.
please introduce yourself for people that don't know you or are watching.
Matt Wolkenbright, recently appointed EMS chief. Thank you all for having me back. It's been a wild 6 weeks now, 5 weeks. It's been really exciting. Thanks again. Tonight I'm excited to bring you a candidate, Tim Drumgoole, who I've known for quite a while, who has expressed interest. He's a paramedic.
Yay.
Currently functioning in South County. He was an EMT in 2012, became a paramedic in 2015. Have an extensive relationship of watching his career grow through training and clinical practice. He has a degree in EMS from Springfield College, served as interim chief for South County during their transition,
Oh, okay.
and continues to serve as a full-time paramedic, and reached out and said that he would be interested in coming to work with us here in Northfield.
Great.
So it's my privilege to submit him to you as a non-benefited per diem paramedic to come and help us here in the community to serve everyone.
Great.
Okay, any questions or anything?
I'm just
I
gonna,
reviewed your application
Yeah.
and everything, and everything looks good to me. Good. I mean, you know, yeah. Well, it doesn't mean a lot. You know.
what are you thinking about as far as hours? Do you have a sense?
So we know that right now we have in excess of 70 hours a week that are being covered. I'm covering 32 plus clinically on the truck.
Okay.
Tim works a revolving schedule, so week to week it could be different, but
Okay.
I'll let you speak for
Yeah,
yourself.
I'm anticipating somewhere between 8 and 16 hours a week.
Nice.
Um,
Okay, that'll
My
really
schedule
help.
depends. Sometimes I
Yeah.
have 8 days off and I can work more hours, and some days I have pretty busy weeks and I can't work. But for the most part, what I do already is 8 to 16 hours of part-time work. So that's what I
Great.
anticipate.
This
Okay.
gives you the flexibility when you have more per diem people for scheduling.
this will
Yeah.
be a huge asset
Yeah.
to
Oh,
all
yeah.
of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've looked
Especially
at
at
the
the
way you have
paramedic,
to schedule. And, yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Excellent, good.
okay.
I move that we appoint Tim Drumgoole to the EMS department, term expiring December 31st, 2024.
Effective immediately.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll do paperwork.
Second, I'll second
Minute.
I'll second that.
He's going back to the station, right?
Okay.
Paperwork's right here.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 An
Okay.
enthusiastic aye.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
You're good. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
That was easy.
Yeah, that was easy.
Where's that button?
Okay, Ruth.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Brought two of us from the Board of Health. I'm Dr. Ruth Potee. I'm on the Board of Health, and my term's up next year.
And Allie Wallstrom. I think my term is up in a couple years.
Yes.
Oh. Hi, Allie.
And we're two medical providers on the Board of Health. So first of all, I wanted to thank you for having us back. I said we'd come back when we had precise numbers to give you about how the Board of Health thinks opiate settlement money should be expended for this year. I am going to make a comment on that. We actually are really knowledgeable about how opiate money can be spent. Like, if you were to go to any board and say, who knows anything about this? We're the ones who know how to do
Yeah.
this, okay? And
Without
I
a
hate
doubt.
to say it, I think even the select board doesn't really understand how the money can be spent. So I'm just asking y'all to come to us if you're thinking, oh, this would be a good idea. We've sat in the meetings, we've held the meetings, we're paying a lot of attention, and I want to make sure the money is being spent the way it's supposed to be spent, as I know you do as well, right? Okay. So what we had told you before, and I'm going to hand these little pieces of paper out to each of you. I saved paper and only gave half pieces of paper to everybody. We already covered the fact that it's not tons of money, that it's not going to make a huge impact on our community's lives. It's going to make little tiny chunks of hopefully improvement in individuals' lives. And that the way that the Board of Health feels the money would be best spent is to join it with other towns in our region to do three specific things, which is support all recovery meetings in our community. That will be run by the Recover Project in person. To support Moms Do Care, and this is the parenting and pregnancy group that's run out of Pioneer Women's and at Bay State Franklin Hospital. And then to get recovery coaches for people who need it, people in long-term recovery or short recovery through CHD. So three organizations, all of which happen to be based out of Greenfield, but serving our area. And the way it would work is for this year, just $5,000. Each of these three will invoice the town. What I can't tell you is I can't remember the exact breakdown, but it's somewhere south of 5,000, but 5,000 feels like it's about the right number. My thinking or my recollection was the Recover Project is the biggest one, the other are smaller chunks of money. These three organizations will separately invoice the town. Because it's a low sum of money, we don't have to report to the state. And that's the first thing. The second way that we think the money should be spent is $3,500 that would be invoiced to the town from PVRS for a very specific prevention curriculum called Pre-Venture. It's considered the best quality curriculum for both prevention of substance use, but also management of deteriorating mental health conditions. And right now, there's no one trained in it in our school district because we've had 100% turnover in our counselors. So there would be 4 counselors trained and then purchasing of materials and workbooks. So we've already been in communication with the counselors and they've talked to other school districts that have used this curriculum and they like it and they're ready to go. So they just need to have the okay of sign up, send us the invoice, and the town will cover it. So the total amount for this year would be $8,500. And I think, Andrea, the money that you thought there was in there was like 24,000 or something.
30,000.
And see, it keeps going up because
Yeah.
it comes in, it's in.
Right, we
Yeah.
got
We
another
don't know.
6,
Yep.
yeah, we've gotten a couple
Right.
since we last met.
Exactly. So that will continue to grow-ish, but it sort of dwindles down less and less as time goes. So this is our suggestion for this year. That's the
Great.
first thing we wanted to say.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
So we have a person, and to your point, I don't know what the money can be spent on in this situation, but we have someone who's riding, who's a counselor that's riding with the police, and that's on a
That's a
grant. Is that something that is going to expire? Is that something we should plan? Because that's an intervention that means that,
Where is that coming through? Through the opiate task force?
No, it's the police, and I think that
It's a CSO grant that I think
through Irving.
Irving was the key town for the area.
Right.
so I just wanted to put it on your radar. It's not something that would need to be addressed right now because we're currently in a grant, but I'm not sure if it's something that money could be spent on, but I wanted it, I feel like having a mental health counselor going out with police is really a public health issue.
It could fall under connections to care potentially. That's one of the categories the money could be spent on. Every time that we have something that's a little out of the box, we have to stop and ask somebody. Because we've asked, like, there seems to be so many reasonable things you could spend the money on.
Yeah.
And then we ask them, they're like, absolutely not.
Right, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I hear that one. I think that one's important too.
Yeah.
So,
How
but-
long is the grant?
Andrea, do you know?
No, I don't, because Irving's been the one that's been sustaining it and reapplying for it, and I'm not sure how much time, so I would reach out to the chief, and he
Okay.
can give you the details on exactly what services they're getting and the
So it
process.
wouldn't be to replace the grant, but just if the grant were ending or something like
Right,
that.
something to consider. Yep.
And just have to tie it to opioid funds
Well,
somehow. You have
I
to
mean,
make
they
sure
think they
It has to be on the
appropriate.
acceptable list.
Has to be on the
Yeah.
acceptable list.
I think there's a lot of that involved in what they're doing.
Maybe we could look at is it under the auspices of can we do that? And maybe somebody here could check to make sure to see when the grant is going to be running out.
Yeah, I mean, I think reaching out to the chief would be good, because I think he may be able to tell you exactly what they're actually doing on the ground.
Yeah.
Yep, and we can reach out to Irving from an administrative standpoint, but just from, I don't think, it would actually be good to have the police chief come in again at some point, because we've periodically talked about that and gotten an update from him on how that's going, so, yeah.
So, and remember, this is not a time-dependent, budget-dependent timeframe. Like if something goes
Right.
up in 4 months, that seems critically important, then we swing back around and talk about it.
Then somebody will go to, like, if Matt comes up with something, for example, then they can go to the Board of Health and discuss it with you guys.
Yes.
Yep,
Yep.
okay.
So that's our recommendation, and I think it's a vote, is that fair?
Yeah.
I think it's important to.
You're asking for
yeah.
$8,500 out of the funds.
Yep.
Exactly, for these 4 organizations that will invoice the town separately.
Yeah,
And it's this 8,500 is for one year's worth of participation in the group?
Well, for the top ones, 1 year. For the bottom one, as
Oh,
long
that's
as
the
the people are
curriculum. Yeah,
present
yeah, yeah.
and doing the work, that could last for a long time.
yep.
That could go longer.
Okay, I move that we, that the town approve $5,000 to the Cooperative Public Health Service Health District for the Recover Project, the Moms Do Care funding, and the CHD Recovery Coach Support for People in Recovery Program, and as well $3,500 for the PVRS Pre-Venture Curriculum.
I'll second that motion. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Matt?
We have a second thing actually though,
Oh.
which is the no-locks boxes. Can we just talk to you about that?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna pass this around. I'm stealing yours.
Yes.
Totally cheap
Go ahead.
paper, sorry. So this is separate from the opiate settlement money, but it falls under the Board of Health. And that is that we had a separate grant money with Revealing Communities for the county that purchased Nalox boxes. And Nalox boxes are weatherproof, strong, kind of expensive boxes that attach outside a public building, and they have Narcan in them. And we have 3 for our town, and we're trying to figure out where to put them. This is just the article in the front page of the paper. I think probably people who read the paper saw it. They're 47 now in the county. And we had our own ideas on the Board of Health about where they should go, what would make the most sense, where population densities are.
And also open access to public, which is very important because we don't want them, they can't be inside a building or somewhere where that people don't feel comfortable going.
Okay, yeah.
So outside a police station or in a town hall would be at a location that would not be good for people who feel like they're gonna get in trouble. So I just want to remind people, the number one cause of death under the age of 45 is death by overdose. The number one cause of death under the age of 18 for our children is death by fentanyl overdose.
And who's gonna maintain these?
Well, so the places we think make the most sense is, one is the fire station. And the maintenance of them is just like making sure they have Narcan in them.
Is there a
And
resale value for Narcan? Like, has there been a history of people coming and taking stuff? No.
you can get Narcan, if you're somebody with an active substance use, they have 20 vials of Narcan, so there's no street value for it. I mean, could somebody do it as a prank? I guess so. I mean, just to be mean, sure, that could happen. So the purchase of the Narcan doesn't fall on the town, like it's pretty widely available. The state will just provide it for us. We can get it from the opiate task force.
So it's the box that is the.
Box gets installed ideally by the highway department in a public location that people would think to themselves, oh my God, there's a problem here. I need to get Narcan. Or quite honestly, they plan for it. And the way you plan for it is you think to yourself, I know my friend was talking about borrowing an Adderall from another friend for a test tomorrow. I have been trained at school that that's unsafe and that to protect my friend, I need to have Narcan available. The thing about our children who die of a fentanyl overdose, they don't have an opiate use disorder. Their parents don't have Narcan. Their parents have no idea that this is happening. This is done in quiet by themselves. But kids are smart and kids hang out with each other. And the truth is, a lot of our kids know how to use Narcan because it's really easy to use. And that would reduce the death, right? If somebody took an Adderall, none of which is real, and it all has fentanyl in it, and they have an overdose at home, their 15-year-old buddy having Narcan would save their lives. My hope is then they call Matt, and Matt's team gets there, right? But oftentimes, the most saves that happen, no emergency responders are there. Other people
Releasing
on the
Adderall
street.
with fentanyl?
Well, it's not real. None of it's real. It's just stuff you buy in the dark web. It's not real
Yeah.
prescription stuff, but you can buy anything you want.
And it's always laced with fentanyl.
Everything's contaminated these
Yeah.
days.
Have you talked with the fire department about?
Yep, Chief Donnell is very enthusiastic about it. I mean, there's one other little thing that has to happen, which is that when it gets below 10 or 20 below,
I
which
think
is
it was 20.
really cold, right? It doesn't usually happen. You have to bring it inside.
What about the high school?
Yeah, we were just thinking about the other place. I talked to Matt about ideas, and we do think on the other side of the river is important. And we talked about the high school as a location. First of all, the school nurse and everybody at the school has Narcan.
Oh, of course.
But after hours, how many times are people hanging out after hours with the building locked? Not
Yeah.
much.
Okay.
So it's an idea, though, like at a sporting event.
It's kind of a sequestered location where kids feel comfortable.
Yep, and the school nurses could manage it. I think that was one of the ideas we came up with. I mean, we argued for outside of EMS. The truth is, if EMS, and I hope it gets supported and the town votes on it, is on the other side of the river, it's a great location because then
Yeah.
people on the other side of the river have access. Because there's
And
not a lot of public
it's
buildings
private
over there.
too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's low key because the building is really built in such a way that nobody's really going to notice if somebody stops and get it.
But
Yeah.
wouldn't they already have it? I mean, there would be it would be manned.
I hear that, and though, remember this about Narcan, or the use of drugs, it's highly stigmatized. People don't want to get help, quite honestly. They think they're going to get arrested,
Yeah.
right? They're going to be judged and blamed, etc. And so there's something about the anonymity of going, grabbing what you need, and taking off. So the fire station's a great location because it's a high density area. Matt's other good idea was somewhere close to the college, because I don't know what goes on at college, but they're young people who make bad decisions. I don't care what faith you are, bad decisions happen because you have an impulsive, non-fully developed brain. So that I thought was actually a really good suggestion that he had about somewhere closer to the college, or maybe even the college would want it outside one of their buildings. Maybe.
Do you think the police chief has like a heat map of, or could create a heat map of issue spots?
Maybe police chief or EMS. EMS is not behind me.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we had a sense of where there's a hot spot that they get called to, somewhere there, close to there, could be helpful. But so far, Skip said yes. I can easily talk to the PVRS about it. We don't have to use all three. It's just like, why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we protect as many people as
The
possible?
ability to.
So you're looking to install these at a brick and mortar location, not like at a trailhead or something like that? Or are you open to that?
Again, we're trying to look for a highly populated place where people will know. Because
go.
we're looking at a place that kids would go by and say, oh, there's a
God.
Narcan, or word of mouth. But really how many kids are gonna be hanging around a trailhead. You know.
The boat ramp.
Boat ramp.
The boat ramp.
The old Shell Bridge,
Shell
yeah.
Bridge.
You have to be
The
careful on
library.
private property or
State
non-public.
property.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
And we do need to have someone that could potentially bring it in from the whatever location, if need be,
Okay.
or restock it.
Is this something we have to vote on at a town meeting, or does the town have to vote on it, or is this just the
So.
select board?
This was, actually, I mean, I don't know
I
whose
mean-
decision this is. It's actually, we were told the Board of Health is supposed to
Right.
find the locations and
Yeah.
contact the highway department. We were just letting you know what
Right.
we
Yeah.
were doing.
Okay,
Yeah.
In case you had questions, concerns,
Suggestions.
additional ideas
Yeah,
about good
no, it's good
locations. I
to
mean, I do
know.
think the school it is a smart idea. I mean, again, we just
Yeah.
have to, the third location, I think, matters.
and
Yeah.
the highway department's fine with,
We haven't talked to them.
okay.
I mean, it's a town building. My hope is they'd be willing to install something.
Yeah.
Or somebody would be willing to install it.
What about the library? Would that be too close to the fire?
We thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels a little close. There's something about oh my God, there's an emergency, somebody's overdosing in my car, and the
Yeah.
Going
instinct
up
is
at
to
the fire.
pull up at the fire department
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
EMS. There's an instinct of there's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
emergency, I
Yep.
need to go
Sure.
here.
Yep.
People wouldn't go to a trailhead,
Yeah.
and I'm not convinced people would go to the school either. But kids
My
would be
concern
at
was
the school.
that they could be,
Yeah,
they'd
the
be at
kids
the
would
school
be
hanging
there.
out.
Yeah, I
And
like the
and the same people that are gonna monitor these, are they gonna do the restocking?
Yeah, what they'll end up doing is they'll have a supply that they have. Narcan lasts a really long time, usually 2 or 3, 4 years. It
Yeah.
lasts a wicked long time, so people will have a supply of it. And if there's an issue, the Board of Health will get it for them.
Yeah.
How can we help Ruth? I think we're all supportive in any way, shape, or form. Do you want one of us to reach out to the college? Is that helpful, or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, we're having a meeting
We're having a meeting on Thursday. I would say that
Okay.
none of us feel like we have a strong
Yeah,
connection to the college. On the Board of Health, we don't feel that way.
I
If there
just
was
talked to
somebody-
the dean a couple of weeks ago, and I can certainly
Yeah, if you
reach
feel
out.
like you have a relationship, I
Yeah.
think that would be a smart thing. You know, most
Okay.
colleges
I
stock
can just broach
Narcan on
it,
every
yeah.
floor. That's a normal colleges
Yeah.
do. UMass, Williams, they all have Narcan
And
on
if we-
every
If
floor.
we find
Yeah.
out that they already have it, right, and it's, you know, outside of their health office, then,
Yeah.
okay, great, but
I
If
have
they
no
don't have it,
idea
they're interested,
what they
you
would
could.
say, but I'm happy to reach out. We
I
just
think
got a
that would be
lovely.
another smart, high-density location.
Firehouse. What about, if we're looking for someplace on the west, also the VFW, that brand new building, lots of people hang out there.
Yeah.
And
Ooh.
lots of veterans,
Yeah.
obviously.
Again, I'm rooting for EMS to get to the west. And then
Right,
be
yeah.
there.
I just wonder about I wonder about the overlap on I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I hear
but-
what you're saying too, that, are you saying 24 hours a day, there's an EMS person sitting there with Narcan in their hands, basically?
I
Not
mean,
really.
no. And you're right that if somebody had an emergency, that would be a place that they would want to show up.
Yeah.
We want it near wherever it is, it needs to be super visible by the street and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, how does the location get disseminated into the community?
Let's just start talking. Next door
Yeah, words
news,
in-
you guys.
right, word of
just let
mouth. I
people
mean,
know.
there was an article in the paper, you know, just Narcan boxes here.
You know, how far down do you want to go in West Northfield? Because you've got the playground and you've got the transfer station and the highway, which
Yeah,
are.
we talked about all those places. There's something about having Narcan at the transfer station that actually feels really
Well, it's like
particularly
another.
stigmatizing to us.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're only
People
open,
aren't
they're
overdosing by-
closed,
No, no,
so-
no.
Yeah, they're closed.
They're
Yeah,
only
we
open
want it
3
pretty
days a
central,
week.
easy to get to.
Okay.
And there's not a whole lot of kids going to the transfer station.
No,
to be
no, true,
honest,
but
you know.
I'm just thinking from I was more.
Yeah, if
kind
you
of
guys come up with other great ideas,
riffing
just
off
let
the
us
top of
know,
my
because
head,
we're,
yeah.
we're coming up with ideas too.
Yeah.
Right? That would be
Yeah.
great. And again, I talked to Matt, and
Good.
Chief Janelle's totally in
Okay.
favor. So
I
thanks.
think,
Thanks for
I think
sharing.
before you implement this, too, have a public session. So that,
Like talk about it in a public forum.
in case the people have some
Questions?
comments on it.
Okay.
Maybe having a public session available.
Yeah, maybe we
The-
can
the
teach
Board
people
of
how to
Health
use
can put that
Narcan.
on, yeah.
Right, that would be helpful.
And if people have questions or concerns, they can ask them.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. So
Thank you.
Ruth, let me give you my I'll reach out, and I don't think I
Yeah,
have
if you
your,
can reach out, then just let us know.
I don't think I have your email, but,
I'll email you mine.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
perfect.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.
okay, thank you. Oh, great.
Matt, what are you hanging out for?
But
Just here to support the team.
Oh, okay.
That was all.
Oh, okay, because originally there was something about defibrillators, but.
No, that's been
They're
struck.
not on the list.
It's been struck.
Okay,
We're bummed, but they're not on the
It's been
list.
struck off your green
Yeah.
sheet, if you'll notice.
oh, meaning not allowed?
Not
Right.
allowed.
We're
Jeez
so
Louise.
bummed. We just,
That seems like a really.
no, we thought it was a
No-brainer, doesn't
no-brainer,
it?
and then we
Right.
called Phoebe, and she reached out to the person who has like the master list, and they're like, no, afraid not.
I totally missed what you were talking about.
Defibrillators are not on the list of things allowed with opiate settlement money.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
okay,
It's an
hey,
oversight.
let's
Okay.
move on. I'm gonna jump one to get the quick ones out of the way.
Okay.
Select board appointment to the board's clerk screening / hiring committee.
The board's clerk is now gone, so anybody, we have 3 or 4 that look, we have a lot of applicants, but we have 3 or 4 at least that look like they have some experience that could be interviewed, and she's already gone, so we're looking to start that process as soon as
Oh,
possible.
okay.
So at least one select board member, if they want to be part of that process, would be.
Well, I'm
Great.
happy to do it. I'm actually doing minutes for Skip at this point in the building committee, so
So she has
the
a,
sooner I can hand
you
that
have a
up,
rationale to get on
Okay.
there.
I'm motivated.
Okay, I'll motion that we appoint B to the board's clerk screening hiring committee.
So you already have applicants that we can
Yes.
just, okay, good.
Okay, all those in
All right,
favor?
we can just move that along.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, B, you're it.
Yeah, because we missed Wendy at the building committee yesterday.
Okay.
Is Wendy no longer doing that?
Yeah, no, after 3 years, she's always been looking to get into library science, and so she's actually in a program, and she actually got a job up in Vermont.
she's not
No.
doing it.
So she's
Yeah.
moved
And
on
she's
after
up
3
in-
years.
She's up in Bellows Falls,
I'm
too.
so really
Okay.
on fumes here.
Okay. Okay, and then we'll go to the loaves and fishes.
Yeah.
Motion to reimburse loaves and fishes $1,296.26 in emergency funds approved by the trust fund committee.
So moved.
Are you a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
What is this for exactly?
They're anonymous. It's a trust fund for people in need, so they never present the actual,
Oh, that's, okay, yep.
Yeah,
they have a whole process and a
Got
committee
it.
to do it.
Yeah.
I'm back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
So we're gonna
All those in favor?
a motion in a second.
We
Yep.
got a motion, second. We just have to vote on it.
Yep.
No other comments?
Nope.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Yay.
Okay. Select board goals.
I thought we were gonna I see it says finalized. I thought we were gonna revisit it for, that was where we left it last time. We're gonna revisit the, goals that we hadn't finished it. We had done the first half of it, and we were coming back to it.
Right, we sent it out for any additional comments for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If anybody,
So, but we had said in the meeting that we were gonna talk about employee, equity, employee of choice and stuff like that. as
Yeah.
long- Okay.
I see it, yeah. I think it captures that. I think the only thing for me is, well, for the town, but I'm specifically working on it, and it's a lifelong project, is the FERC First Light, that's going to be coming up again this year. So I'm not sure how to word that, but I will need the board's attention at different points this year on FERC relicensing and the Mass DEP water quality certificate process as part of that.
community outreach,
Yeah, that's fine.
is that where you would want it?
Yeah, because I'm actually trying to get more people aware of the different steps that are going on with the Connecticut River and making sure that they weigh in. I certainly reach out to people that I know live and work by the river and have concerns about erosion and things like that. So I've been in contact with them over the years, but just for other people to know that this is still going on.
Any other comments on the goals and priorities?
No, but this looks like it captured the discussion.
Yeah, I mean, they're broad statements, some of them, which is good. So,
Yep.
Do you have any sense of when FERC's going to be done with this negotiation? Is it going to be like this year, 10 years from now?
Well, the next big step is the state process, which finishes up in April of 2025. So that's what's going on right now, is they need a state water quality certificate, and that's the process. That's a year-long process.
And then once that's done,
Potentially, we're moving into to a later part of the federal process, but I don't have an ETA on that.
and Sarah, if there was anything on
So there's
here
light
that
in
you
the tunnel,
wanted
but it's
to
dim.
amend or
Yeah,
whatever,
hopefully it's not heading right
we
for.
can always change, we
Can
can,
we, I'm in the middle of midterms right now,
Okay.
and I'm just having trouble
yeah.
putting one.
No,
foot
if you
in the
do
other.
get some, send it to us and we can always amend this.
Sure.
And I just wanted to bring to your attention, ongoing select board trainings. There were some questions there. I didn't
Yeah.
know if there were things people wanted to have added.
The online stuff.
We talked about-
the online stuff
Yeah.
and the,
Incident management.
I have that one in there.
Yep, that's on
Yeah.
there.
Mhm. Okay.
We got all those.
okay, so Vernie, you said that in case something came up, we could amend it.
We can always amend that.
Okay,
Sure,
great.
it's your goals.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
our
well-
goals and that, so if you get something, write it down, point
Well,
out where we
yeah.
want to do it.
And different,
And we can,
Well, one thing I specifically wanted to do, I do remember, is I wanted to investigate and consider electronic voting. I do not mean remote voting. I mean in the
Yeah.
building electronic voting.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we had talked about, investigating that, so I'd like that to be, I'm not saying that as an agenda,
yep,
as a plan that we would say what we're gonna do. I'd just like the plan to be that we investigate it.
yeah, my understanding was you were going to bring in something
Look up that
So that-
Irving just did it.
so that we would
I
have,
just want it on the
Yeah.
discussion.
And I believe they've done it in Orange.
Orange, that's it.
Orange
Yeah.
has done it.
I've been in the
I
middle of.
mean,
yep, got
so I
it.
mean, as far as costs and that, you could find the cost from the Orange.
Right, but
Yeah.
can we just have it as something that we're gonna, or one of the things that we're gonna be
Sure.
in our goals to discuss?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I've
we
got
can
first
discuss it,
light and
yeah.
you've got that, and then
Mhm.
there's others that are just general
I
for
mean,
everybody.
that's on your
Yeah.
agenda topics already.
Okay.
Yep.
And on there.
But on the goals, I
Yep.
just wanna make sure it doesn't involve.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, and announcements?
Okay, we got one announcement. To all Northfield Water District members and users, the Northfield Water District Survey of Water Services Lines has been submitted to the Mass Department of Environmental Protection as required. A copy of the report can be requested from Steve Mausch via email at fairviewgardens@comcast.net. Hard copies will be at the town hall in the front hallway.
Okay.
are they there now?
I don't know, well, we will post that announcement. Did he put any down there? Do we know?
It was already came out as an email.
We didn't look, but we will put it on the website too, so you have
Yep.
the electronic link.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
And for citizens who may be new, Northfield Water District is not the same as East Northfield
Yep.
Yeah.
Water or Grandin. So Northfield Water District starts at the church, right, the Trinitarian Church, and goes this way.
Yeah.
Right, go
Yeah.
south.
Basically at the post where the post office bridge is and comes back.
The post
Yeah.
office bridge.
Yeah.
Go south from there. Yep.
Okay. All right, anything else?
Just recognition for service. That was a fantastic Friends of the Senior Center event on Friday night. And you guys raised, Colleen said yesterday it was over $800.
Well, about $786.
She thought it was over.
But we haven't been reimbursed yet
Oh, okay.
for the pints. They do that once a week.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's probably over 1,000.
I donated a bunch of dollars. Bunch of dollars.
Well, that's what we were there for, was to help donate.
They took my credit card and Karen just kept buying people beers.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Karen.
thank you.
Appreciate it. It's for a good cause.
All right.
All right, motion to adjourn.
Yeah.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay.
We're done.
Woohoo. Wow, that's a record.